Leroy Cruz here, your Life Applications Officer. I'm going to show you today through the system of music. I forget the guy's name, but I had it written down somewhere here. I could look it up right now if I wanted to. But one man created our system of music. I'm going to show you how the system of music, just like everything else, someone came and made the law. And because of that reason, music is a better thing. Back in the day, when the Hawaiians were wearing the grass skirts, and the Africans were wearing the grass skirts, and the Polynesians were wearing the grass skirt, and the Native Americans were wearing the grass skirt while everybody else was wearing pants. Okay. Music was played on a drum. There were no notes. So whatever you sang was your voice. But then this genius, I think he's from South America somewhere, this genius came up with the system of music. Now, the Spanish composers are some of the best. You know, a lot of the classical stuff was invented and brought to us from the Spanish colonies. South America, North America, out that way. Okay? They created a lot of the geniuses and the best nuances in our music system. But it was one man that created the musical staff so that we would have a form of law within the music. And because of that law, people realize their potential as musicians. They realize that they can sing, and they realize who can't sing. Some people can't sing, and some can't. I'm not a professional singer, but I can sing within key. Okay? There's a lot of people that call themselves professional, but they don't even know or have the ability to sing within key. I can sing within, I can hold my own key. I am in the key of E. I know this. Okay, I am in the key of E and C. I know that. Many people that don't know that about themselves. That's where I'm at, in the key of E and in the key of C. If it ain't E, it's C. So if I open up my mouth and start singing, it's either going to be E or C, because that's my range. I know my place, okay? Now, the system of music goes from C to... The system of music goes from C back to C, like this. Now, right away, every chord, all the notes on the musical staff, you take out notes that are correct with each other, that seem right within each other. They have intervals in between themselves that are right. You don't just put any old notes together and make a chord. Like this here C chord. This is a chord. That might sound good, but that's not a C chord. But you can easily go off key by just going up a step. So I go back down to C. Now, the musical staff is from C. I'm going to show you where all you Americans need to get right with God. The musical staff starts at C. Now, everybody knows it's in music. A 5-year-old knows that if he studies music, he don't just get up there and wang, wang, bang, gang, gang on a guitar or something. He knows that if he starts off at a C, the first 4 and 5 chords are the chords that everybody knows. C, F, G. Now this instrument right here is not a guitar. It's a ukulele. It's a guitar ukulele hybrid. See how small it is? Okay? It starts at the 5th fret on the guitar. Okay? The tuning on this instrument is higher up than a guitar. See, all this is law. Think of the word L-A-W in everything that I say. It's all about law. So everybody that does music, whether you play guitar, bass, saxophone, the tuba, the flute, for God's sake, okay? You know, the violin, the mandolin, the mandola, the octave mandolin, the oud, the odd, O-U-D, the odd. Where's that other instrument? The mancello, or the cello, or the cello. All these different instruments, the viola. No matter what instrument you play, piano, ukulele, guitarele, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. We are all under the same system of music. So, see, everybody that plays an instrument knows this. C, F, and G are the basics. That's the first thing you teach a child. When you teach a child music, you teach them C, F, G. Some people didn't know how to sing until they started playing in an instrument. C, F, G. Now, once you get into music, then you can pluck around and have fun. But all the fun is within what? Within that law, L-A-W, within that law of music. It's all within that law of music. Okay? So one man from North America or South America, one of the two. He was Spanish. I think that's North America. He created our system of music, and he put it in a way so that we could all know how we sing, and he made it ergonomical and symmetric so that everybody can find their place, and everybody can pick an instrument, and we can all be within the same system of music. There's only one system of music, just like there's only one way to God. One man set up our system of music, just like one God, only one, brought us together and created a law that we all might worship him and follow him. Okay? Now the system of music falls from C, and it goes up in octaves. Let me pull this out of here. It goes up in octaves to the next C. And then every letter after you get from C to C, an octave higher, the D can also go an octave higher. The E can go an octave higher. The F can go an octave higher. The G can go an octave higher. The A can go an octave higher. The B can go an octave higher. Now, on the piano, because there's only 36 to 48 keys, I forget what the grand, I think the basic piano might be 38 keys. The other one's 48. A full grand piano, I think, is 48 keys. Don't quote me, but every note can go up at least 3 octaves, especially the C. And it's funny how on the grand piano, the C is right in the middle. The most common chord, the most common scale that has no flats or sharps is in the middle. That is very spiritual also. Okay? Now, so what do the letters in the musical scale mean? Now, they're all notes. And as you connect certain notes with each other that fit, they form chords. But even after you make them all the notes into chords, all the chords don't belong in the same key. Each note is a key. Each note is a chord, and each note is a key. Okay? And they all go together in a system. But they're not to be always mixed with each other at the same time and place. Thanks to this guy from North America that created all this for us. Okay? The law of music will teach you and protect you from being an outcast in the music industry. Okay? Now, C, and I'm being a little bit graphic here. But I won't, First of all, number one thing in America that ruins everything. Nobody seems to know this. C does not stand for consensual sex between two adults. Okay? It doesn't. C does not stand for consensual sex before adults. The first thing that ruins America is all these people having sex outside of marriage. And you know where it really started? It started at the woman's lib. When women decided to break off from their husbands and fight for so-called women's rights and try to compete with men. Okay? Which in the system of music every note is not equal. I'll show you where they're all equal. But they all have their time and place to fit together. But they're not always equal in everything. They're equal in the fact that they all have the same right. Just like every C chord, for every C chord there's also a D chord for that D chord. And for every E chord, just like the D chord, there's about 100 other chords for that E chord, just like that D chord. Every chord has the same rights. But they're not equal. Because when you play them together, they don't fit. Until they're in a time, in a place, in a situation where they do fit. They do not fit together all day, in any situation. It just doesn't happen. So, C does not stand for consensual sex between two adults. There is no such thing. You've been lied to. You've been deceived. Stop. Stop thinking that that's okay. And that is the laugh of Christianity. No, we're the ones laughing. Because you're the ones that created feminism. You're the one that created MGTOW. You're the one that created the gay revolution. You're the ones that created all this chaos that we have to fight for every election. You fornicators, you're the ones that created chaos in America. It wasn't the Christians. The Christians started what was once a beautiful land, a beautiful world. And you ruined it with your so-called consensual sex between two adults. It's a fantasy. It's not a utopia. It's a fantasy. It doesn't work. It messes everything up. Okay? If there was no consensual sex between two adults, there wouldn't be no woman's lib. There wouldn't be no feminism. If there was no consensual sex between two adults, there would be no gayism. Okay? There wouldn't be none of these things. It's sex that ruins everything. Okay? Sex is between a man and a woman who have went through and concealed their holy matrimony. Nothing else. Okay? D. D is not death. Okay? D is not stand for death is it. No. Death is when your child, first of all, death is when you die and you don't spend eternity with Jesus Christ. That's the ultimate death. That's the horrible death. But for us Christians, biblically, there is no death. There is no death for Christians. When we die, we go to be with the Lord. Okay? We spend time in the grave, but we go to be with the Lord. And we believe that with all our hearts. When you die because of your sin. And when you die, you've died the second time. See, we lived. We were given life and then we died to have the best life. You died to God. We died to sin. When you died to God, that's why now you go back to C, where you're having all this consensual sex between adults. Teenagers are having consensual sex because they're copying off of you. They're having consensual sex between two teenagers. Okay? Gays are having consensual gay sex. Okay? All because of C. Y'all started this consensual sex garbage. It all started with fornication. Okay? But death wants to die and then the judgment, the Bible says. Okay? I'm proud to die and stand before God and be in my eternal home, which will make up for all my suffering that I've had to go through in this life. Okay? But you, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't, just like it doesn't go against the system of music, regardless of what you think. It doesn't go against God. Okay? Regardless of what you think. E. Everything is not okay. Everything can be okay, but it's not. That's just the state of our nation. That's just the state of the world. Everything is not okay. You know the first thing that ruined everything? Is money. Now, money goes all the way back to the Old Testament. I think the first person to use the coin I think the first person to create the coin was pagan. But the first person to use the coin to separate societies, he was actually a Christian. I think Abraham was one of the first people to really utilize the coin. The money is the root of all evil, not because Abraham was evil. Money is the root of all evil because money tells you you don't have to work if you got money. Money tells you that you can separate and you can separate yourself from each other, and you can create cultures and downgrade and look down your nose at other cultures based on how much money you have or don't have. That's the problem with money. Okay? Everything is not okay, and that is everywhere. It's not okay. It can be, but it's not. Okay? F, you know what F stands for, and it's not F-U-C-K. F this life, F your preaching, Mr. Cruz, F your church, F God, Jesus, the Bible, F my ex-girlfriend because she dumped me, F everything. Just F. Everything is not F-U-C-K. One of the first things you want to learn how to do is learn how to control your language. Okay? Because when you say that word F, and it feels so good to say it, I'm a Christian, and it feels good for me to say it. But when you learn to refrain your lips, you'll be surprised just how much intelligent you become. You start to take life more seriously. That word F, that F word is a way of saying we don't care in the most degrading degree. We do not care. Well, guess what? If you don't care, you'll be controlled by those that do care. That's what's wrong. That's how Donald Trump got in the office, because those that care were waiting on him. And when he got in office, y'all wasn't paying attention. Y'all thought he won. Y'all thought he lost when he won. That's how he got in office, because he cared. You didn't. Okay? F means you don't care in the most degrading form of way of saying it. But if you don't care, you'll be controlled by those that do. And you will burn, okay, in front of those that do care. Okay? G. No one is good except God. You're not good. Okay? You get up in the morning and you always have somebody that you can look down your nose at every day at work. You have people that you can look down at your nose, down from your nose, that drive by your house. Don't get me wrong, some people are better than other people, but a lot of us, our whole life is about being better than somebody. You don't have to try your best to be better than anybody. You're naturally better than other people by doing the right things. I'm better than all y'all, because I got the first letter up here, the C, correct. Okay? I'm better than all y'all. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much education you got. Okay? If you met your wife through fornication, you'll probably be divorced in the next 5 or 10 years. Okay? It happened to me. I did it. Okay? I lost my wife through fornication. Okay? Because fornication puts you with women that you are not supposed to be with. A woman that you're supposed to be with, you don't mind waiting for her. You're not over sexually charged to be with her. You are emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually, you feel like you're programmed to be with her. It's like she's your soulmate, because there's something that's outside of consensual sex. There's something that's outside of just mere physical attraction. There's something that's outside of mere beauty that causes you to want to be with her. And she can be so imperfect, but yet you know she's the right one. Even though you disagree with half of the things about her, you know that she's the right one. Okay? But no one is good except God. No one is good except God. Not your mama, not your daddy, not even me. No one is good except God. The word is blameless. You might not be able to be good or perfectly righteous per se, but you can be blameless. Like the situation I had last week where a man wanted to take my life. I was blameless because the Bible says a soft answer turns away wrath. Well, I gave him a soft answer and didn't turn away wrath. But I did my part. He came after me. Okay? All right? A. A is not for anal sex or anything goes. Anything does not go. Whatever floats your boat, Mr. Cruz. Whatever blows your whistle, Mr. Cruz. Hey, that's fine with me. Well, that's your problem. It shouldn't be fine with you. You can do what you want to do, Mr. Cruz. We don't care. You should care. The atheists, they seem to care about Christians practicing Christianity, so to speak. But they don't see anything wrong with them practicing everything that I'm listening, that I've written down here. That's why I can't take y'all seriously. Because you want to condemn us and try to act like you can put Christians in some kind of courtroom. But yet you yourselves are sinners in the most degrading degree, just like everybody else around you. Okay? So, okay, A is not for anal sex or anything goes. Anything does not go. And everything is not okay. Okay? Bad is not for badass. Oh, a lot of people think it's okay to be. We went from evil to bad to Michael Jackson bad to being badass. B is not for badass. Badasses are evil people. There's only one person you should stand up to and show your macho-ness to, and that is an evil person. A person that wants to hurt other people. A person that wants to molest and misuse and abuse other people. A person that don't have respect for his daggone mama. A person that bullies his own brother. That's the kind of person you show your macho-ness to. You don't show your macho-ness to your supervisor at work. You don't show your macho-ness to some girl that ain't thinking about your little dumb behind. Okay? It's time to stop being macho and being badass, as y'all like to call it, and start being righteous. Start being really spiritually good. And then we go back to C. See how we went from C to C? And it's the same way with the world. The Bible says that everything that was before will be again. And everything that was already here before. Or everything that is was already here before. Okay? It goes around in a circle. There is no way for us to turn around and say that, well, you know what? Let's try something new. Let's be gay. They seem to be having fun. Well, gay ain't working out for us. So let's start trying to get rights to sleep with animals. You know what I mean? That ain't working out right. So let's start some other. Let's fall in love with a tree and have sex with a tree. It's not the sex that needs to work out. You missed it. It's the love. L-O-V-E. It's the love that needs to work out. It's not sex. Sex can be good or bad. That's a blessing from God. But what really makes sex great is love. Okay? It's not how big your penis is, or how hot she is, or the fact that she's one race compared to other women you slept with. She's a different race, or whatever. Okay, the fact that she's tall or short, it's not about height levels and skin tones and all that stuff. It's about love. And when you love someone to the extent, to the extra mile, 100, and they love you back, now you got something. But most of us, we live in a world today where we love and people don't love us back. Or we got people bending over backwards for us and we don't even love them. We have no way of showing them that we love them. We think having a good woman who is going to do our laundry and wash the dishes and clean the kitchen and all that, we think that's owed to us because we're men. No, that's owed to you because you love her. And you do things for her that she cannot do for you. So she doesn't mind being in the kitchen because you're doing things for her that she cannot repay you for. Some of y'all can't even pick your wife up from the bus stop before an attacker gets his hands on her. But you want to come home every day. Hey, baby, you didn't fix nothing to eat. Hey, baby, put some gas in the car. I need to go somewhere. Hey, baby, go online and get me a new PlayStation game. Children. We got children. Kids. They got hair all over their body. They're old enough to have their own kids who act like kids. They don't even know how to go out and hold a daggone job. Now you got people graduating from college that don't know how to go out and get a job. Am I missing something? Or are they missing something? How do you go to college and don't try to get a job? Oh, you think that you're going to sit around and wait for that degree to get you a job? No, you got to go out there and do a cover letter, man. You got to go out there and get a daggone job. And you got to go work for McDonald's until your career choice comes popping through. You got to work for McDonald's until your career choice pops through. So there you have it, folks. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters of the musical alphabet and how they show you how there is a law to the way we are to live our lives. There is a law to the way we are to love our families and raise our children and how we are to treat our fellow man. There's a law. There's a law to everything. Just like there's a law to the system of music. It's been around for a long time. And you know what? Before there was a law to the system of music, there was a law to the system of man. Before there even was a Bible written about it. The Bible is the best thing that ever happened to us in all centuries. In any century. But before there was ever a Bible, there was already the laws given to man. Before they were even given to Moses, they were given to Adam. Adam knew what his sons needed to do to worship God and to obey God because he already got punished for disobeying God. He learned the hard way. And through him, death, the letter D, death spread through the human race. And there's 2 types of death. Death is when you die to someone else, means separation, when you're separated. And then there's death when you die and are no more. You wish you were no more, but you will face punishment for not taking death seriously. D-Roy Cruz, your Life Applications Officer. Thank you for watching. That was Status Quo Number 11, I believe. If don't quote me, I think it was number 11. I'm pretty sure. I might do more. I don't know. Now that I did that one, I like the way it came out. I might take a break and do something else. But again, this is D-Roy Cruz, your Life Applications Officer, signing off. I approve this message. Okay, and I will talk to you again very, 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 very soon. In a day or so. So, with more. So, God bless you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like. There's good things coming your way. And once again, Happy New Year.